Evening all. Hello, everybody. It's Liz Allan here. I am with Ann Diment. We're in the Chinwag office. Oh, goodness. Live. Goodness me. And yeah, you can see all the ring light and everything all. It's not quite working how we were expecting, but it's all right, isn't it? Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all well for a Thursday night. I hope you've had a good week so far and not too stressful. Oh, I can see Richard Allan is already on.
Hello, Richard. All that way.
He's a long way from where we are at the moment, isn't he? He's just all that way. So yeah, once you're on, Rich, can you and anybody else that comes on live, can you put a thumbs up? And just put, I'll put a comment on and just say that, hang on a second. So we are live now. Right. So hopefully we'll get a few people come in to join us. It looks like, yeah. I don't know whether Richard, are you still on? We'll just see. I will. Oh, we are. Hang on a second. Here we go. I will get there you see, we've got my little chat up there where I've just said, hang on. It's a Facebook user that just says we are live now because Melon doesn't say who we are. So the funny thing about Facebook Live, and I don't know whether you had the same thing, is that sometimes oh gosh, it looks like it's gone a bit dark again, doesn't it? Sometimes, oh yeah, thank you. It's just weird. What's going on? Oh, there's the light. Look, you can see this total. We're not in the dark, honestly. But sometimes the Facebook kind of, the algorithm seems to work okay, and sometimes it kind of goes it's a bit weird.
I'm still bewildered by Facebook Lives. I do it occasionally, and I tend to revert to Zoom Lives and then sharing it.
Hang on a minute. Who's this? Oh, hang on, Richard. You can't say that. I'm on, but footy starts soon. That's so rude. You can't come and then disappear. Look at this. You know, you're talking about stress.
Yeah.
I've taken my watch off because it says abnormal heart rate detected.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. That actually freaks me out even more. It's only when I get excited when I come on here.
Mine's quite low at the moment.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? So, look, it's just... normally the lighting in here is a lot better. I need to sort... I don't know. I think it's because I've kind of moved it around a bit. But Tom Stanhope, if you come on... I apologise. There is lots of weird lighting issues going on. But anyway, right. Well, I'm here tonight with Ann Diment.
Live.
Thank you for joining me. Oh, she's even had dinner here as well. I know. She's had food and even we did have a little bit of wine. You were very good.
Not much.
No, I know. I know. Honestly, me and Rich, we're just, you can't take us anywhere. Honestly. Do you know what? The lighting actually looks a little bit better on there than it does here.
Dim light suits you. Who said that?
Who said that? What? Oh. Chris, what are you trying to say? Come on. Is that just dim?
It's not dim, seriously. Dim? If you turn the camera around, it's bright as hell. I don't know why it's not picking up.
Oh my god! Maybe. I know, it's mad, isn't it? It is really. Oh no, you're actually on there now, and you can see in the Kaizen behind me. That is the size of the ring light. It is ginormous. It is ginormous. Yeah. So Chris, if you're saying that I'm dim, then I will come round and I'll get you later. Not just a dim. Is that what you meant? Is it you were meaning atmospheric? Do we believe you? I don't know. Here we go. Look, atmospheric. One day, Melon will actually have it so it just says not just Facebook user. it actually says the person, but that's fine. That's fine. So it's going to be kind of weird. So I'm going to be talking to you in the camera, Anne.
That's all right. I'm feeling it's a bit weird anyway because I can see the second screen and it's all a bit weird because it's on time delay. And
I know we're 10 seconds behind. You guys are 10 seconds behind, which is all a little bit kind of weird. So actually, last week when I was on with Simon, Rich knew that there was something coming up because he could hear me laughing, and Simon made a comment, and because anyway, so he kind of knew that there was something weird going on, but it wasn't weird. But anyway, look, hey, nice to have you here.
It's been a few months, hasn't it? We've been to and fro, and yeah, it's been nice to actually meet in person.
I know. So this was the first time we've actually met, so it's kind of really weird, but really good. And so just to say, so Anne and I met through a course that we took. It was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you've taken it before. Ooh, turn your phone off.
Me?
Yeah, shoot binging. No, it's all right. I was only joking. We met last year on a course that we were both doing, all kind of virtual and remote. And I think weren't we just talking? There was something that we were just kind of. I can't even remember the comment we were both talking about.
I think we had a little bit of a sort of a private message and it turned into a sort of online chat, didn't it? And then we sort of had a Zoom chat, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just to see if we could work out how to work together.
Yeah, I think we have. We've worked it out, haven't we, already? And also the common ground that we've both got. So Anne, so I am a business improvement training consultant, and Anne, go and explain to those that haven't seen you what you do.
I frame it as I'm a creative change maker. I think that sort of sums it up really. I'm a stress and resilience coach, but I'm also a creativity and wellbeing coordinator. I'm an EFT practitioner, artist, and performer.
And she's in a band, and that's just she plays, and I get jealous that you're actually gigging and we're not, but hey, whatever, we will get there at some point. But so it's been brilliant to kind of get to know you a little bit more, and we were I was just after Anne was on the Chinwag last time. The following day I was on your podcast.
Oh, we timed that really well, didn't we?
I know we did really well. But yeah, no, that was good. And just this time we were talking about a few things, weren't we, on the podcast?
Yeah.
The biggest one being our mutual love of music, which was really, really nice to kind of to talk about. It's always good to talk to somebody else who's kind of got music in common. And you and your husband are in a band, aren't you? Just the same as me and my husband are in a band.
That's how you met your husband, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is that how you met yours?
No. We only started, I met my husband 30 years ago. And,
oh my goodness.
And we only started the band 9 years ago.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a midlife crisis thing.
Nah, but you were probably both music. Were you kind of both into music anyway?
I know. I seriously, when I was at school, I started on the violin, and the violin teacher very, very tactfully suggested I move to viola because lower strings, less squeaky, and I had
how
rude.
Hands.
And my parents used to keep, my mum and my stepdad used to keep saying, "Turn that violin down." So I never used to practice at home. So I didn't pick up an instrument. I didn't think myself a musical at all. I did GCSE music, but I'm more for the competition. And only I told you about my rehearsal for the band, didn't I?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, tell me.
Rewind 9 years ago, living in Scotland. It was my birthday, and I had a day out in Glasgow with my friends. And you can imagine a day out in Glasgow probably involved a little bit of alcohol.
Oh.
And I came in the house very happy. It's my birthday. And my husband and his friend, who'd been playing music together for a little while in the shed, and they decided to record something because we were about to move to Somerset.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to do the first recording. And the guy who did the recording with them, it's just the two of them and this guy. And he said he put a bit of percussion on there, a bit of tambourine. And they were sitting listening to their recordings, very proud. It was their first time they recorded the music. And they went, "Oh, well, if we're going to do this live, we're going to need somebody to play percussion." And I went, can you play tambourine, Anne? And I went, I don't know, I'll give it a go. So I went and raided my kids' early learning centre toy box.
As you do.
You know, the
that's
little
what you do,
the tambourines. And I bashed this toy tambourine in time to the music. They're like, oh, you can keep rhythm. That's it. You're in the band. And that was it. That was my audition.
And go on. And what instrument do you play? Tell everybody.
I play washboard.
Washboard
And tambourine. Yes.
Girl, so you've kind of increased your tambourine skills then over the years.
And I've had lots of bruises as well. Because it's a very. I mean, when I first started playing, I didn't want to. This sounds terrible. I didn't want to look like I was from the Salvation Army. You know, the sort of happy clappy sort of tambourine players.
Yeah.
So I used to bash it on my hip.
Did you?
And
and then you get bruises.
I took my kids swimming after the first gig, and I was black and blue. You know, so I realised I
you were in a fight.
Different ways. Yeah. So I've found various ways of playing it over the years. And I know a lady in another band who obviously you meet lots of people in bands, and she has 2 tambourines that she bashes together, which is a good option. But then you end up breaking the tambourines.
Oh my God. Yeah. I've never known anybody doing 2 tambourines together. I do have it. There is a tambourine on our piano over there. Maybe I should get you to...
Yeah, look up Palooka 5. Watch Palooka 5. They're like a surf. They wear like American Army clothes, but they're brilliant. They're like a surf rock. Oh, they're brilliant.
What, and they smash their... It's just smashing their guitars up. They smash their tambourines.
Well, no, Beth from Palooka 5, she wears like, she wears like hot pants and... There you go, you want to watch it now. American Army gear and hot pants, and she uses 2 tambourines to bash together, and she's brilliant. So we have lots of chats backstage about tambourine technique.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but the washboard is my thing, and I play washboard.
But do you get bruises from the washboard as well?
No, because I have gloves with thimbles glued in them, and I
get out of town. Yeah. Do you? Is that what you do?
Well, I tried it. So when I first started playing, I tried it with thimbles with glue tack in and stuck them to my fingers. Yeah. But it depends on how long your nails are and how sweaty your fingers are. They end up flying off into my pint or into somebody else's pint. So yeah. So that's it. I've got gloves with thimbles glued onto them now.
Goodness me, what is Chris saying? Chris is saying, bashing the tambourine on your hip is a folk band move. Garage surf band sounds good. Yeah, you'll be watching it. What is it? Palooka 5.
Palooka 5. Look,
there you go. Brilliant. There you go, Chris. Get checking her out with the hot pants on.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll
you'll
enjoy watching that. Yeah. Let me know what what you think afterwards, and trying not to break any tambourines when you do it.
No, but I've had great fun playing washboard. There's another group called Davy Malone and the Junkyard Dogs, and I've had a washboard off with their washboard player at
a washboard off.
Yeah, their washboard player is called Trotsky, and he's a lovely fella. And we had a washboard off because we had a whole big gang of us join him on the Avalon stage at Glastonbury, and we had a big at
Glastonbury, in Glastonbury.
Yeah,
the festival. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, she does live there, so I suppose it's going to happen, isn't it? Oh my God, that's fun. Fantastic!
Great fun. Yeah.
Goodness me. So I wanted to just kind of the reason why you're here in the first place is because you've got a slot on a panel tomorrow in London, haven't you?
Exciting. So
you are going to be a speaker on a panel, and just tell everybody what it's about.
It's the social prescribing show tomorrow at the South Bank Centre in London, up near Waterloo Station. And I'm going to be speaking about the project I've been working on for the last 10 months in Somerset, called Thriving Community Somerset. And it's a panel discussion about the power of sharing people's stories in communities to connect communities.
So go on, give us some examples of some of the stories if you're able to.
Oh God!
I've got you on the spot now.
No, I've got on the spot. I was just trying to work out what to share. I mean, Dimple. One of the projects I commissioned was a raised bed project, which basically teaching people how to build raised beds and plant winter edible plants. And some of the quotes come out from that saying I was pre-diabetic, and I don't have to worry about taking insulin now because I've been getting outside, doing some exercise, and actually meeting with people, people feeling less anxious. I was at an art group on Tuesday in Wellington in Somerset, which is just south of Taunton, if anyone knows that. And it's the Mind in Somerset art group, but I've connected Somerset Artworks with Somerset Wildlife Trust. So they're doing art and nature-based activities.
Brilliant.
And I was chatting to participants who, one lady had quite severe epilepsy, so she was unable to leave the house most of the time, concerned about, very severe health consequences if she had a fit. So doing simple things like making collages and stuff actually calmed her down and actually enabled her to meet other people and actually connect, because she was very isolated and lonely because of her health condition. So there's so many stories like that coming out of it, and it's wonderful.
So it's down at the South Bank Centre.
Yeah,
it's live streamed as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's sold out. It's sold out face to face. I don't know what the capacity is, but it's sold out face to face.
Can people still get tickets to live stream?
Yeah, it's on. Go to the South Bank Centre and look up the Social Prescribing Show, and it's on Zoom, I think. So you can just book, and it's going to be. I guess it's going to be recorded as well.
Yeah. So how do you feel? We talked about this earlier, but so how are you feeling about being a panelist on with a full house of people?
A little bit nervous, you would be, but I mean, there's the other panelists are going to be sharing their stories. There's an archaeology and prescription project. There's a woodworking project which has helped people overcome health challenges. There's we're going to talk about social prescribing. Well, not our panel, but there are four other panel discussions about social prescribing, different aspects, on the international perspective. So I'll learn about other projects going across the world, and just generally celebrating the power of connecting with communities and doing things other than popping pills. It's they said 50%, well, up to 50% of GP appointments, they reckon, are for non-medical reasons. So people go to their GP because they feel that's the only place they can get support. But actually, the GP can't help them, because all they can do is write them a prescription or refer them to a hospital. And the link workers, social prescribing link workers, can help them join a community choir or a nature group, or a walking group or something like that actually would be much better to support their health and well-being than giving them some more antidepressants.
And I mean, so when I talked to you about, when I burnt out in November time, and my GP they gave me links to talking therapies, and at the time, to be honest, I don't feel that I needed it. I felt like I just needed the rest, because I was so shattered and I was just totally burnt out. So I suppose that there is that option of a talking therapy if that's something that you need, isn't it? But if you need something more that kind of more than that, then they can't do it, can they?
Well, it's difficult, because the first thing they talk about in the social prescribing model is having this "what matters to me" conversation, and GPs aren't trained to do that.
No.
And also they don't have time. You get 5 minutes, maximum 10 with a GP.
Yeah.
And to talk about what really matters to you, you present with pain or anxiety or some other condition that you feel the GP could talk about, but actually underlying that there are maybe anxiety, grief, housing concerns, financial concerns, relationship factors, past trauma, all these things that actually you need to unpack, and that can't be solved in 5 minutes or with a prescription for one thing. But when you're at a 10-week art and poetry class, it actually will come out, and you will have time to reflect and think and actually connect with people and share stories. And and also, some of the stories we've had from this, one of the projects was Meads and Marshes in Bridgewater, which I know you've worked in Bridgewater, and that was connecting people with the Meads, which is an inland wetland site in Bridgewater, and the Wetland and Wildfowl Trust, and a local brilliant arts practitioner, nature mindfulness practitioner. She's a counsellor. She's worked in prisons, and they did a 6-week course, and people did arts-based activities, and then went out and walked in the Meads and did mindful practices, meditation, connecting with nature. And some of the participants have shared that they've been on the waiting list for talking therapies or other mental health services for months,
for ages,
and not been able to access them, but actually getting out and talking to people and connecting. And they said they were calm in these sessions, but it wasn't the same when they went home. So actually having that space once a week could be all the difference to them staying well.
So Chris is just saying here, so he says, we were in the Forest of Dean last week. there are some very interesting projects running over there in terms of gardening, farming, and organic approaches to life.
Yeah.
And Rich is, I think he's just sharing the social prescribing show at the South Bank Centre. So thank you, Rich. Thanks for sharing that.
There'll be so many lessons from that. I mean, you'll learn so much. We've got some brilliant projects. I mean, part of the thing I've been working on, not only the things I've been commissioning, but we've been having networking meetings so other people can share what they're doing. And we've got brilliant projects like Root Connections, which is a market garden project, and they grow flowers for cut flowers for subscription flower boxes. They do veg boxes, but they work with people who have been homeless or have addiction problems to help them rehabilitate. And they can go on to learn to do horticultural qualifications and things like that. And just by simple act of growing plants, can actually change lives. And you wouldn't get that, because your GP wouldn't say go and do some gardening if you've got addiction problems, would they?
Not at all.
This is the power of these projects.
Hi, Laurie. Nice to see you. Hello, Lovey. You're right. I think there's so much more we can do for people, and yeah, I think it's brilliant what you're doing. So I really hope tomorrow goes really well. So she's got to leave here tomorrow at the crack of dawn, haven't you?
Trying to wake you up.
But no, it'll be absolutely. I think being able to just be involved in something like that would be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, have a look at the link that Richard shared with regards to the social prescribing show, and you'll be able to see Anne live.
But also, the social prescribing show, that might give you an idea that look up your local health coaches, look at your local social prescribing link workers, because your GP practice or your primary care network should have some form of those. They call different names, but there might be a service you could access. It's free, local, and also the recovery colleges as well. There are 85 in the UK.
Okay.
I do classes with the Somerset Recovery College, but they run art groups, nature groups, writing groups, all sorts of different activities that are free. It's funded by the NHS, and they're pure. They're about recovery, about people. So there's so many people now who may not think they're unwell enough to go and see a doctor or seek help, but actually attending a weekly writing class or photography class or group,
just doing something that
could actually be the thing that keeps you from burning out or keeps you from getting into crisis with your mental health. So just look it up. Each NHS trust may have a different name, but they're all called recovery colleges.
No, I think that's a really good idea. Like I say, a few years ago, especially I told you, didn't I? When I lost both my parents very close together, there wasn't really anything there to sort of, you had, again, I had talking therapies.
Or counselling or
something like that. Yeah, so that's what it was. But
that can re-traumatise you. You know, it's all very nice to talk to a counsellor, but actually what you probably need is some community support and people to share their stories with you, or to do something to reconnect with yourself again. Especially if you've been a carer before your parents have died, or you've been it's been a longer term situation. You could actually need something to actually help you reconnect with yourself. And
I think so many people just need that, and especially after what we've all been through with COVID and just kind of generally how people have felt, and coming out the other side of it, it's really, I think it's quite traumatic. It was traumatic in it, wasn't it? And now it's also traumatic coming out the other side. So I think if people do need that support, then it's definitely worthwhile having that network available, isn't it? So,
and learning new tools to deal with the trauma and the stress.
Exactly. And talking of new tools, that leads perfectly on. Just totally leads. How did we do that? It's just that just kind of totally led in, didn't it? So Anne, one of the tools that you, or is it the main tool, but one of the tools that you use is EFT tapping.
Yeah.
And so you taught me a little bit.
I did.
Didn't you? And then me and you both, and you've done this for ages anyway, but me and you both did kind of like a 3-day, very short course with a woman called Catherine Morgan. And I kind of learnt some more EFT tapping skills. And actually, I will say that because I get quite stressed, and you work hard, you get stressed, you burn out, and sometimes, so I'm a very good jaw clencher. I kind of clench. My stress is in my face. So, and people probably wouldn't even notice, but it's in my face, and it's in my head, and actually EFT, since you taught me it, and I've seen a little bit of it, I only use it. I don't use it as well as I could, and I'd like to learn more. But I have used it. So can you explain what it is and where it comes from and what it does?
Yeah, certainly.
And give us a little bit of a live, and okay, I'll have to look in my.
We'll see, okay. So EFT in a nutshell is acupuncture without the needles. So most people know what acupuncture is. It's where you put needles into the certain meridian points, acupressure points around the body, and it's a very well established ancient practice. So that same network of acupressure meridians. EFT effectively uses just tapping on those points. So we generally use the side of the hand, the finger points, the face, top of the head, the collarbone points. You've got like a sore spot here. Just
do you know, I'd forgotten about that.
That sore spot, that's quite and then under the arm if you're feeling not too sweaty, and that's it. So you go around and you basically, the way I like to describe it is, in our heads we've got the primitive stress response system that keeps us safe, and at the heart of that is your amygdala, and that is the thing that basically pumps your body, tells your body fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and it tells you if you feel in danger or stress at any point. It pumps your body full of these chemicals, cortisol. So when you're tapping and you're thinking or talking about something that might normally trigger that response, the tapping tells your brain, hold on a minute, well, I'm thinking this, but actually I'm okay because I'm connected. I'm great. I'm connected. I'm tapping. I'm connected. So it tunes it down like a dimmer switch. So it allows you to examine your emotions, your current feelings, without being triggered by the stress response or dampen it down. So we usually measure before we start tapping, saying how strongly do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10, and then afterwards we measure how you feel. And if you've reduced, that's great. If you haven't, then usually it's about, well, you're probably not tapping on the thing that's not specific enough, or not, you're not believing what you're saying. So is that a reasonable?
So what does it? So EFT, what does it stand for?
It's emotional freedom techniques.
Okay.
And there are lots of different variations and lots of different modalities and things, but basically emotional freedom techniques is effectively tapping while you're talking, and we have lots of different techniques. Like we can take you into take you away from situations, so it doesn't re-traumatize. That's a big key in EFT. It doesn't re-traumatize. So there's lots of studies showing that people who've used other therapies, and this is not trying to diss any other type of therapies, because they all have their place, but people who've been in talking type therapies for years have found EFT has worked much more rapidly because of this dimming down effect, so you can examine the situations in a less traumatizing way.
Now Chris is just saying on here, he said EFT got my daughter to get past her huge issue with needles. Now I totally get that.
Nice. And they're using it in cancer wards, actually. They're using it in the NHS for people who are having cancer therapy and people who are having regular treatments. It helps them in dentistry and things like that. It's really good for overcoming fears and phobias. I think
that's brilliant, Chris. If that's the case, and it's helping, like I say. So I use a little bit. So are you able to kind of show us a couple of things, and I will tap along.
Okay.
I haven't got a washboard, or I'm sorry.
Well, see, washboard's great because that feels like
I'm
tapping.
I bet.
So I mean, what do we want to tap on? I mean, I guess there's a lot going on in the world at the moment, and we're all a bit stressed about the news and the way the world's going at the moment. Should we just do a general tapping on feeling calm and safe around not being able to control what's happening?
I think probably that would be a good idea.
Suggestions from the audience?
No, Chris, is there anything that you want to suggest, or Laurie or Rich, if there's anybody who's got any suggestions on any subjects, any kind of anything, or if we could just do something generic, we can just do something as you're suggesting. I think maybe we'll just because they're 10 seconds behind us, so
yeah.
so
well, I mean,
I'll give it a chance.
I want to make sure that, you know, people are, and the one thing about tapping that's great is you get borrowing benefits. So if you're tapping in a group, you can get borrowing benefits from tapping on somebody else's issue, if you know what I mean. So it's helpful to do a generic
Chris,
one. What's he saying?
Dealing with Putin in Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's so massive, isn't it? And and everybody, it's very hard not to be involved in these. You don't. I don't know about you, but it's one of those conversations that it's hard not to have, but it's hard to have.
It is, and it's one of those we're it's one of those things, because you feel like you should say something or do something, but some people feel that's all the stress response. Sometimes you're in a freeze mode, you don't know what to do for the best.
Yeah.
And if you feel if you say something, it might upset somebody, or it might be the right thing. And also, it's like a freeze response, isn't it? It's another trauma, isn't it, for us all? Because we're so shocked by what's happened in such a short space of time. And
why would somebody do that?
We have empathy for the people who are involved as well, don't we? So okay.
Yeah, he's just saying he gets angry. So maybe
angry. So feelings of anger and concern, I guess. Okay, that's just so one of the wonderful things about EFT tapping is it helps us to acknowledge how we're feeling without any judgment. So we can say, even though I'm feeling angry, or even though I'm feeling worried, or even though I'm feeling guilty, I accept myself how I am. Or we can vary that phrase, but a lot of people have a trouble with saying love and accept myself, and that's a whole other can of worms that we unpack. But we'll just say, we'll just say we'll honour how we feel, okay?
Yes.
Just a general thing, and that immediately calms your nervous system down, because you're saying, yes, I see this is how I'm feeling right now. And obviously change the words. If I'll say something, you repeat it, but change it if it doesn't resonate with you. So if you have a different emotion or feeling, please say that. You don't have to say it out loud if you're in a room with people, you know, but if you want to, it helps if you repeat it out loud, because that gives you better benefit. Okay, so a bit of sort of obviously professionalism here. If you are on your own at the moment, just if you are feeling anxious, or anything does come up for you that makes you feel more stressed or anxious, just go back to tapping on the side of your hand and saying, I feel safe and I feel calm right now. Okay, so obviously I won't say anything that's too controversial, but I don't know who you are or who's watching, or you know, so just if you come back to say, I'm feeling safe, feeling calm right now. Okay, if you're feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so let's put our feet on the ground. Get relaxed.
I'm going to join in.
Okay, just do the shoulder thing, you know, crunch your shoulders up and let go, and just crunch your shoulders and let go. And just remember we're breathing, because, you know, breathing is good. More oxygen we get around our body, better. And relaxed state. Rubbing our hands together. And let's just give ourselves a little bit of a facial massage, just to get ourselves relaxed, okay? So I do this, and then we do qigong on a Sunday, and it's great. So let's just run fingers through our hair like this. And by that, oh, sorry if you've done your hair today.
No, I haven't really. I just don't want to look like Tim Minchin.
If you're running your fingers through your hair, you're automatically touching the acupressure points on the top of your scalp. So you're actually giving yourself a lovely massage, acupressure massage like that. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So I'll say it and you repeat it. A bit like a pat mode. Okay, you give me a repeat, yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
So tap on the side of the hand here. Doesn't matter which hand, doesn't matter. Even though this situation in Ukraine has shocked us all, and I don't know how to respond. I deeply and completely honour how I feel. Even though I'm feeling a mixture of emotions right now. And I don't know what to do. I deeply and completely honour how I feel. Even though I have no control over the situation in Ukraine whatsoever.
I've got no control over any of that whatsoever.
And it feels horrible.
And I'm not totally happy about it.
Yeah. I deeply and completely honour how I feel. Okay, we're going to go around tapping points now. This situation in Ukraine. And in other conflict zones in the world. It's just so terrible.
It's just awful.
So many people suffering. Both in those countries. And on the chest here, and those onlooking.
And everywhere else.
Feeling shocked.
Feeling
Head. Feeling angry. Feeling helpless.
Very helpless.
Feeling sad.
Very sad.
Feeling frustrated.
Very frustrated.
Don't know what to do for the best. How else do I feel about this? Just tune into how you're feeling. And think about where you're feeling that in your body right now. You could be feeling a tightness somewhere, or feeling something somewhere in your body. I'm feeling it in my chest, but I don't know where everyone else is feeling it.
In my head as usual.
In your head, okay. So just acknowledging how you're feeling right now. It's just too much.
I'm not going to repeat it. I'm just going to do it now.
It's just too much. After all we've been through with COVID, I'm exhausted. But I want to help. But I don't know how. One way I could help is by tuning into how I'm feeling and not letting it overwhelm me. Because from a place of a clearer head, I can make better decisions about how I can respond in a more healthy way. Everyone will respond differently. And I hope I can't judge. I hope I won't be judging them. And that starts by not judging myself. So accepting how I feel right now. Allowing all these feelings to be seen and honoured. Accepting them all right now. And releasing any stress that brings from my body. From every nerve and every cell in my body. Releasing it all. So I can find a healthy and positive way to respond to this. To support those poor souls in the best way that I can. It doesn't make it any different by letting these feelings go. It doesn't make it right what's happening. But it does help me find a better way to respond. Keep breathing. And just think about that. How are you feeling? Okay. Choosing to release any stress or anxiety about this situation right now. Choosing to allow myself to feel these feelings and then let them go, so I can remain calm and be stronger in my response. Okay? Stop tapping and take a deep breath. And let it go.
So Chris said he found it it was in his digestive system.
Okay.
We all find it in different ways, don't we? So the main parts when you're tapping, so you said you've got under your, so you start on your hand.
Start inside your hand.
Yeah.
And then we go to the eyebrow.
To the eyebrow, yeah.
And then to the side of the eye.
Yeah, side of the eye.
And then gently under the eye.
Under the eye, okay.
And under the nose.
Yeah.
And under the chin.
Yeah.
And then on your collarbone. I go here, but you can go here.
Okay.
When I'm doing it with kids,
one on the head, isn't there?
When I go with kids, I do gorilla thump.
Oh, do you?
And when we do the under the arm bit there, we can do both. You can do both, like give yourself a hug. And also, if you're driving, you can do the side points of your fingers. So the side of your fingers. So you use your finger to do thumb.
Okay.
And then the side of your. You can do that anyway. You don't have to be driving. But if I'm driving and I'm stressed, then you can tap on the side of your fingers. So you can do that while you're holding the steering wheel.
Now then, do you know something? And I'm glad, Rich.
What's that?
He's just saying it's surprisingly effective. I'm pleased. Because I said to him, does he know when I do it? Because I find myself, and I don't know whether everybody else gets this, when I go to bed and I find it difficult to go to sleep because I've got it in my head. You know, I've especially well, because since the pain with my shoulder, sometimes it just it builds up and builds up in the day, and then all of a sudden by the time I'm like, you know. So actually, I kind of was doing a bit of tapping, and I was just thinking, oh God, is he going to feel this thump 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 thump? But he's just said,
I do this all the time, particularly before I go on stage, or if I'm in a car and I'm feeling a bit anxious about, somebody's just cut us up or in traffic or whatever.
That's you, Rich.
I'll just tap that all the time. And people don't notice. You can do it under the table, but you can just do that, saying, I'm choosing to feel calm, or even just saying, look, I've noticed I'm feeling stressed right now. I see you. I see it. Where am I feeling it? It's about acknowledging it in your body, and because this story's been told many times, but basically, the second arrow. Okay, so we can have something that hurts us. I think we've talked about this before, haven't we? We can have something that hurts us, like a big trauma or a little trauma, or somebody cut you up, or something was said that you didn't particularly agree with, or somebody's wound you up, which we all have.
Yeah.
And that causes a stress response to be triggered. Yeah. So you get this flood of stuff through your body, and you get tense, or you get angry, or you get flushed, or whatever. And unless you find a way of releasing that, it gets stored in your body. And imagine that over the years, however old you are, that can happen over the years unless you find ways of releasing it. So tapping helps you release these things. And if you see a gazelle being chased by a predator, they get chased, their stress hormone, their fight flights in them, and then they survive. And then what do? They shake and shudder and do all that.
Yeah,
that's them releasing. Okay, we don't do that. What we do is we have the stress. We store it in our body, and then we'll go and say, God, you never will guess what happened to me today. And then you flood yourself with you're reliving the same memory, and your brain doesn't know the difference between it happening 10 minutes ago or an hour ago or happening now.
Yeah.
So actually, you're causing yourself harm again. So it's a second arrow. Stress. So
right.
That's why I said tapping doesn't re-traumatize you when you're reliving these memories or talking about things that have happened, because when you're tapping, you're tuning it down, you're helping to release. So, like you said, you feel it in your gut, and then you say, I'm choosing to release this. You're actually releasing it, using your breath and to release it. So,
and there are tapping apps. So I actually
there's loads of stuff. I mean, it's a tapping World Summit this week. So if you check on the tapping solution, the Tapping World Summit, look it up, and you might still catch. I think it starts on Monday. Yes. So all week it's free, but obviously they'll try and sell you the upsell, so you can listen again, as
Of
I always
course.
do. But every day there's about 4 different talks on various different subjects, and then free tapping meditations to tap along to. And I actually
That's
have
good.
got one for Ukraine and Russia, because I did it the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I shared it the other day. But yeah, there is a tapping specific. It's a 14-minute long tapping meditation for Ukraine and Russia as well.
So Chris is saying tapping on the bottom of the feet is good.
Oh, I've not tried that. I've got one of those. I've got one of those Shakti mats, you know, the spiky mats.
Oh yeah,
and I've got
I've
the
heard
pillow,
about those. Yeah.
I love it, because I lie down in the morning. Like this morning, I knew I had a busy day, so I did a 10-minute insight timer meditation on my headphones on the Shakti mat. So I did an acupressure massage. I'm multitasking.
Hey.
But the pillow, which is great for the back of your neck, and the thing, you can actually put it when you're sitting at your desk. You can roll your feet on it and give your foot an acupressure massage.
Oh, that sounds brilliant. I think I might. Yeah, you're gonna have to share that with me. In fact, actually, do you know, if you can share it on this thread, that would be fantastic. So if anybody's actually,
I don't get any
no
kickback for that.
No,
I love it.
that's fine.
It's brilliant. And
but actually, if you can, then that'd be great.
Do you know what I bought the other day? A Shakti ring, like a ring for your finger.
Yeah.
But it's like a metal spiky thing. You can roll it up and down. It gives your fingers an acupressure massage. It helps circulation in your fingers if you've got bad circulation in your fingers.
Okay. So like if you've kind of got like
a springy
arthritis or something?
Yeah, it's like a spring that goes in your finger. It's like triangles.
Yeah.
So you put it on, and you can just roll it up and down your fingers, and it sort of stimulates the blood flow. And when we did that thing in Bridgewater, the music thing, it was freezing cold. It was Saturday morning, and one of our members of our band has MS, and he's got really poor circulation, and he was freezing, bless him. Who, you know, the Costa coffee wasn't working because it was only heating one bit of his hands up. He had hand warmers, so I gave him one of these Shakti rings, and it was helping him keep the blood flowing in his fingers.
Fantastic.
So he was able to play guitar.
Well, that's all that matters when you're actually just about to play. Should I stay or should I go? By the Clash in the middle of freezing January. Was it February? February.
Yeah,
there
tropical
you go.
February.
Exactly. Now I was going to say, so I found, and I've not actually used it I've downloaded it. There is an app called Tapping Solution. Now I don't know whether that's a pay one.
It used to be free. I think there are some free meditations on there, but as with anything now, you know, I used to use that, and obviously Tapping Solution, Nick Ortner and Jessica Ortner and Alex Ortner, they've been brilliant. They've done this Tapping World Summit is the 14th. They've been here 14 years.
Rich is just sharing it now. Oh, you are good.
Yeah. So
you are good, husband.
And they have all sorts. They've had all sorts of speakers. They're brilliant speakers on there, and I've been buying them for the last 4 years since I've been doing EFT. They've done a brilliant job writing books and making it more accessible. But you know, if you go onto EFT International, or Gary Craig was the founder of EFT, so he's got a lot of stuff on there. And Peter Stapleton, PETA, she's an Australian psychologist, and she started working with people with food challenges and eating disorders. But she started using EFT, and she's written a book called I should know this because I've got it. I think it's called The Science of Tapping. But she's done some brilliant work and actually making it from a scientist point of view, because it's more credible. But she's done a brilliant job of making EFT more accessible in terms of credible, in terms of scientific. She's lots of scans and brain scans and things. And I had an article published on the PTSD UK website on EFT for PTSD.
Did you?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
So that was last month.
So Laurie, who joined us a bit earlier, she said thank you as well. I hope you enjoyed it, Laurie. I hope you did. But just give us your details of your website, because I think it's worth people connecting with you, or at least finding you on social media, so that actually, you know, you can kind of share things with the others, because there will be people that will watch this anyway.
Okay, cool. Well, obviously, as you know, I'm in a bit of a transition, because I do so many things.
I know.
The best one to get for the podcast, the Creative Resilience podcast that you're on this week.
Have a listen,
and all the other things
on all major podcast channels.
Is worksafeandwell.co.uk, and I have a Beat Burnout download you can get, which you just type in. I think it's Works Overwhelmed and Stressed. Yeah, Work Safe and Well over. I should know it, shouldn't I? Work Safe and Well / overwhelmed and stressed, I think. That's a free download for beating burnout. But that's got all the links. It's got a weekly blog and the podcast, and it's got also good links. But my EFT is Creative Leader EFT. And for the creative stuff, the art stuff, it's Ann Diment Artist on Instagram.
So just give Anne a little search on the internet anyway, and so but it's been absolutely fantastic to have you here.
It's been really nice to actually speak to you in person. I don't like these Zoom screens. I'm a bit bored of them now. It's been too long, Teams and Zooms.
It's just one of those things we've got used to, isn't it? So,
and also you get the energy, you like doing the tapping, you get the better energy in the room. And it's not being woo. That's actually like you do sense. As a practitioner, I'd rather see clients face to face than actually on Zoom. I do them on Zoom, but if somebody's having getting a bit triggered or whatever, you can't actually support them as well if they're on Zoom than if they're in face to face.
True, very true. But listen, so we've gone a little bit over. I really hope that everybody's enjoyed it, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me again.
It's probably just going to be me next week. Probably some kind of continuous improvement.
It's International Women's Day next Tuesday. You could do a women's empowerment thing.
Oh, I could try, couldn't I? I will put my I've got some stuff that I was going to do before anyway. So, but listen, I will see you all next week. And for those of you that have been able to join, thank you. For those that actually watch this on replay, please put #replay and let me know what you think about EFT tapping and what it's done for you. Because to be honest, I think it's made a massive difference to my levels of stress. So, Anne, thank you again. I'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.